The fact of the matter is that in waging a scorched earth, no-holds-barred war of resistance against this administration, it is the left that is engaged in the systematic shredding of norms and undermining the rule of law.
If this sham of an impeachment hearing has opened the eyes of the American people to anything, it is this. The Obama administration holdovers over at the State Department rule the United States as they undermine the executive office with their counteroffensive to please their globalist puppet masters. The South China Morning Post reports conflict between the United States and China will be inevitable and will result in a catastrophic outcome that will be worse than world wars unless the countries settle their differences, according to 96-year-old former U.S. Secretary of State Henry Kissinger. Kissinger, who continues to influence the State Department after 50 long years, while recently flaunting this threat in the face of President Trump, as President Trump renegotiates lopsided trade deals out of the claws of the New World Order beast known as Communist China. That is why America must endure an impeachment hearing based mainly on feelings, not facts.
My clear understanding was security assistance money would not come until President Zelensky committed to pursue the investigation. My clear understanding was they weren't going to get the money until President Zelensky committed to pursue the investigations. Now, with all due respect, Ambassador, your clear understanding was obviously wrong because it didn't happen. President Zelensky didn't announce he was going to investigate Burisma or the Bidens. He didn't do a press conference and say, I'm going to investigate the Bidens, we're going to investigate Burisma. He didn't tweet about it, and you just told the ranking member he didn't do the CNN interview and announce he's going to investigate Burisma or the Bidens. So 3 face-to-face meetings, it doesn't come up, no linkage whatsoever. President Zelensky doesn't announce it before the aid is released on the 11th. And yet you said you have a clear understanding that those 2 things were going to happen. The money was going to get released, but not until there was an investigation, and that, in fact, didn't happen. So what I'm wondering is, where did you get this clear understanding?
And regardless of the fact that President Trump has supplied Ukraine with real weapons to counter Russian aggression in stark contrast to Obama's supply of MREs and blankets.
This is my last election, basically. Yeah. After my election, I have more flexibility.
I understand. I transmit this information to Vladimir and understand.
We are led to believe Trump is in Putin's pocket.
Donald Trump has proven himself to be a tool, a Russian tool.
We're going to be exporting energy. He doesn't want that. He would like Hillary, where she wants to have windmills. Okay? Yeah. He would much rather have that because energy prices will go up, and Russia, as you know, relies very much on energy. So there are many things that I do that are the exact opposite of what he would want.
Meanwhile, Biden and Son's corruption follows that of Hillary Clinton's, the DNC CrowdStrike debacle, and those above the law who treat our justice system like a toilet, while Roger Stone faces the rest of his natural life in prison for merely fighting their corruption.
You testified that it was because, quote, Burisma had a poor reputation in the business, and that you didn't think it was appropriate for the U.S. government to be co-sponsoring something with a company that had a bad reputation. Correct? You are also aware, and you testified today, that Hunter Biden served on the board of Burisma.
Correct.
And you also testified that you were indeed concerned about the appearance of conflict of interest.
That's correct.
This is all about a policy difference between the President of the United States and a few people at the State Department.
Now can you see why the seemingly mundane nullification of the Smith-Munn Act by the Obama administration was so important? Since Barack signed the 2013 NDAA, which included the Smith-Munn Modernization Act of 2012, the State Department, the DOD, the Broadcasting Board of Governors, and their incestuous relationship with the tattletale media have waged an information war against the will of the American people via an unrelenting propaganda attack on our duly elected president. The stench of treason is overwhelming in Foggy Bottom and the Pentagon, as Americans realize this impeachment hearing isn't about President Trump. It's about an entrenched federal bureaucracy exercising its hidden powers to further the American public. John Bound reporting.